Cholera. Deemed an acute diarrheal disease that can kill within hours if left untreated, cholera is currently ravaging Zambia, affecting a total of 47 districts. Most of those infected have no or mild symptoms and can be successfully treated with oral rehydration solution, ORS. In severe cases, patients need rapid treatment with intravenous fluids and antibiotics. I spoke to one suspected cholera patient whose identity cannot be disclosed to inquire about her condition and how it all started. She explains that for her, the problem was persistent diarrhea.
Kutulula chabe. Manje kuchokera 8 why mwenza mwachedwa kuti mkweleka fast pa hospital. Izasira. But wenzi wa mwako mankwala yali yonse. Wa flagell. Wenzi wa gula chabe weka.
Researchers have estimated that each year across the world, 1.3 to 4 million cases of cholera are reported and 21,000 to 143,000 deaths recorded. In Lusaka, the National Hero Stadium has been turned into a cholera treatment center. We caught up with some family members of patients receiving treatment to hear how they were doing.
My name is Donald Siriele. We brought a patient by the name of Boyd Mutali. We were referred from a ZAF hospital in Lusaka West. We have been waiting for news of his condition and we have not been told anything.
My name is Eunice Chongo. My daughter was admitted at Kanyama Hospital on Sunday. On Monday, 15th January, she was brought to Heroes. My daughter was not very weak when she was brought by ambulance to the center. I have been waiting for news on her condition, but up to now, it has been 4 days with no information. All I want to know is how my child is doing.
Information flow from the center has been identified as a major source of concern. Because of this, the Public Health Association of Zambia National Coordinator, Mambo Mumbuluma, called on health authorities to ensure relatives of cholera patients are informed about the status of their relatives.
So there's need for us to come up with a database to actually put the next of kin phone numbers, so that in case of anything, we are able to communicate to them and tell them about the state of affairs. Otherwise, I know that the ministry is doing the best that they can to manage this problem.
President Hakainde Hichilema took time to visit the center and observed how cholera management is going. What did he think after the visit?
We must all work together to bring under control this cholera outbreak. Lusaka is the epicenter, Kanyama, Matero, all of these places. We must do everything, follow the rules of the book, the rules of engagement, communities. I was told some statistic here that when you see people coming here, they're only 25%. Am I right? There could be 75% of the people who are infected in those communities.
On a daily basis, the Health Minister, Sylvia Masevo, visits the center to personally see the cholera situation. She takes time caring for the patients and leading the fight from the front line. What does she think about the ongoing efforts to fight cholera?
Let us adhere to the cholera prevention measures. Let us all remember to 1, drink and use clean and safe water to brush our teeth, wash and prepare food. Wash our hands often with soap and safe water before, during and after food. Wash our hands often with soap and safe water before, during and after using the toilet. Cook food thoroughly and eating leftover food. Maintain a clean environment and high personal hygiene. Visit the nearest healthcare facility immediately we experience symptoms of watery diarrhea and vomiting. Let us come together and kick out cholera from our country.
A government task force has been set up to help coordinate efforts aimed at fighting the 2024 cholera pandemic. The committee includes the Ministry of Health, the Ministry of Community Development and Social Services, the Ministry of Water Development and Sanitation, and the Ministry of Local Government. The joint efforts included the commencement of the cholera vaccination, which was launched in Zingalume compound of Lusaka. Mike Mposha is the Water Development Minister.
We have progressed very well in ensuring that in the various peri-urban areas, in the various hotspots of this cholera outbreak, we install water facilities. We have targeted to put 235 water tanks of 10,000 liters capacity.
The Water, Sanitation and Association of Zambia, WASAZA Executive Director Jonathan Piri believes that the fight against cholera is dependent on improving access to clean water and burying all shallow wells in Lusaka.
The government should also focus at ensuring that shallow wells should be a thing of the past, and people should understand that they can no longer drink water from shallow wells.
Provision of safe water and basic sanitation and hygiene practices is critical to prevention and control of the transmission of cholera and other waterborne diseases. In Zambia, the water sector is regulated by the National Water Supply and Sanitation Council, NWASCO. Mpunga Chipepo Simukwai is the NWASCO Public Relations and Communications Manager. What are they doing to address the cholera situation?
We are committed as NWASCO to ensure the safety of the public through effective water, sanitation and hygiene interventions by stopping the spread of any waterborne disease. Allow me also to take this opportunity to call upon consumers, to call upon our communities and the population as a whole to desist from drinking water from shallow wells. We have received a directive from our Republican president to the effect that all shallow wells should be buried.
Speaking at the National House of Prayer during a handover of various supplies including chlorine, tissues and hand sanitizers meant for patients receiving treatment at Hero Stadium in Lusaka, the committee chairperson of the Declaration of Zambia as a Christian Nation, Bibian, called on government to involve the church in fighting the ongoing cholera crisis.
We can do more than that. And handle stuff that chlorine cannot disinfect. We can speak to the entire tripartite being. We can speak and appeal to the spirits of men, to the minds of men, and bring a renewal in the thinking of our people in the compounds and make them think differently.
And Acting Director for Operations at the Disaster Management and Mitigation Unit, DMMU, Paul Samboko, expressed gratitude to the church for the gesture.
Your generosity will enable us to provide safe and clean water to the communities that have been affected, and also to prevent further spread of the disease as witnessed by the provision of the different hygiene products that you have donated. Allow me to also take this opportunity to implore the rest of the people, the rest of the public, to participate in the cholera response efforts, but also in the prevention of the further spread of the disease now and beyond this period.
Day by day, Zambia is making headway in reducing the number of deaths due to cholera. Since October, close to 500 people have succumbed to cholera. And for every life lost, the Lusaka City Council has been on standby to take the dear departed to their final resting place. With over 12,000 cases reported since October, the question that needs to be answered is what is causing this fight to persist until now? Experts in the health sector believe that a lifestyle change towards improved hygiene practices and vaccinations could make a difference. It is now hoped that the oral cholera vaccines being administered in the community in conjunction with improvements in water and sanitation will control cholera outbreaks and prevention in areas known to be high risk for the disease. As it were, a global strategy on cholera control, ending cholera, a global roadmap to 2030 with a target to reduce cholera deaths by 90% was launched in the year 2017. It is everyone's hope that indeed cholera will soon be a thing of the past. For Radio Christian Voice, I'm Bibian Lambert.